Hello, outer space beings. I'm Colonel Failure, and you're back with Kernal Space Program. We're starting today by looking at the contracts that we've got on the go. Now, we know these very well because we've had these contracts on the go for, well, a while now. Obviously, we've got Orbit Kerbin, which is sat there, which as soon as we've completed it, good times will roll. Actually, not that much good times. So we get a good chunk of science from it and a reasonable chunk of change, but not enormously so. But to be honest, that's just going to happen at some point anyway, and then we'll see what happens. And I think the existing rocket design that I've got might actually do the job, but this goal will just tick itself at some point. The second one, however, is more challenging, bizarrely, because I've done this like 3 or 4 times, and for some reason I've never managed to actually claim the prize. More than that, we get a reasonable amount of research, we get some prestige, and we also get a really nice pile of cash for doing this. And our cash situation is not exactly wunderbar at the current time. So that's what we're going to try and pursue today. We're going to try and do this thud engine test. Hold everything. No. Close that dialogue. Let's go to the VAB. And construct what I'm sure will be incredibly successful. So we've got to check this. We've got to figure out this liquid engine business, liquid thruster doodah. Where's my shopping list of to-do items? Yes, you here. Test the Mark 55 Thud liquid fuel engine. Right. Well, here we go. This is the where are we? Mark 55 Thud liquid fuel engine. Now, I think it may be that I've got to bring it back. Could just be me, but historically, I tend to just, jettison these bits, and they can look after themselves at that point. But I'm gonna try and see if we can bring one back. Now, this is a very bad idea because doing this is very likely to lead to a kaboom type situation when it's too heavy. So I'm also going to try and have multiple parachutes. Oh dear. Yeah, I am. Be quiet. Right, so what we're going to need, we're going to need some fuel to activate the thing. We've got to be doing 90 to 100,000 meters. Fine. That in itself isn't too big a problem. We should be able to do that off one of the little solid fuel boosters. We've been higher than that with one of them, but obviously this is going to pack the weight on a little bit. So, what? Well, I don't know, but they're cheaper than the big thumpers that we've been using lately. So we'll try and go with that. But anyway, here's our fuel tank. Maybe I will stick another one on as well. I can't get a good read on whether that actually may be okay. All right, I've changed my mind. I've changed the whole plan. Right, there will be no separation on this rocket. Good luck, everybody. You're going to need it. Thermal, electrical, communications, science. No, we're not taking any science. Cargo. No. Utility. Parachute. Right. Good. Can I stick that anywhere else? If I can put another one on, that'll increase our chances of any kind of a survival. We're going to put 2 of these on the side of this fuel tank, like that. Yeah, that looks remarkable. And then I want to be able to stick another parachute on, because one chute is not going to be able to escort all of us back to safety. I know. I'm sorry about that. Let's just for a moment. Let's grab one of those, just because it's the biggest thing that we've got available. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick one on top of that. No. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. Thank you. Don't need it. No. You two. You're surplus to requirements for this mission. I don't think this is going to work then, is it? You're going to have to pop the thrusters. There's no way you can carry that level of weight. Speaking of which, what is the weight? So 0.8 of a ton for the command pod. Now that's usually the only thing that we're carrying on the chute. These fellas 0.9 of a ton. So effectively the parachute's going to have to do 3 times the work. This can't possibly... it's not going to work. So we are going to have to jettison this. Sorry, chaps, but that's the way it goes. So we'll stick that on there. I'll stick this on here. 2 should be sufficient. I don't want to up the weight too much. And then we'll go with 1 more, and that will be the flea here. Oh no! Why do something sensible when you can do something completely bizarre and risky? Okay, all right. Now this is bizarre and risky. We're going to stick that on there. Oh yes. Oh boy, I'm very excited about this. And then we'll mount these solid boosters on the sides like that. Oh, look at it. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be exciting. We'll stick nose cones on them to give us a bit more aerodynamics. Yeah, I know. I can't remember where anything is yet. I've not built enough of these to have total familiarity with all this business. How much do these weigh? 0.03 of a ton. So we're adding 0.06 of a ton. I can manage that. There you go. It's very aerodynamic, and hopefully after we separate those, well, there is that. So if those 2 micro units can get us to 90,000 of your meters, then the magic happens. If it doesn't work, then there's that. Right, what are you? Those are the boosters. No, that's in the wrong order there, friendo. You want to go like that, and then we pop those, pop these, do this, do that, do the other. There's the parachute. That's all the stuff I need to remember. Let's get the right pilot on. Who's in there right now? Catstead is in there at the moment. Cat Food is piloting this particular... This is just a terrible plan. Anyway, this is... I was going to call it Crash Zodiac, which is one of my my newer employees in the old sports ball. Well, it was till I traded him. This is the Tintin Hollywood, because it's got that kind of vibe about it. In fact, we'll just call it the Hollywood. Hollywood X hyphen Perimental. Right. Okay, yeah, that's a kick-ass title, that is. Right, give me my cursor, and we'll save this one. Let's take it to the launch pad. Now, I've got enough cash to actually be able to build another one of these in case we get close but no cigar. So as long as I don't throw Katniss's life away with great futility, or, you know, she starts holding up her fingers in some kind of baffling salute and everybody's whistling a little tune at her, then everything will be glorious. Right, let's get the throttle to about there. Katniss is ready to go, and let's set this to above ground level, please. Thank you. Now then, what do we think, team? I'm excited. Let's turn all the gizmos on, because you've got to have all the gizmos. What does that say? Stability assist. That's good. RCS, of course. Right. Blast off. 5, 4, 3, 2. Off we trot. Well, it's got a lot of punch. That's what I remember from these little numbers previously, is they had a lot of get up and go, but we burned it already. All right, get rid of them. There we go. And now what? Well, now you realise you've got these in the wrong order. Oh, on the job, adjustments are being... No, that's not exactly what you wanted to do there, is it? No, you've just thrown all your parts away, and this is the lowest flight that we've had in quite some time. You're going back down again. The good news is you're unlikely to melt on the way down. Why didn't the rocket fire? It might have been about to fire, but it happened that you jettisoned it. Ah. Okay, well, it's a minor detail. It's another successful flight, obviously, if I deployed a parachute in time, but I've no reason to expect that it won't. Let's hope that doesn't land on something important. To be honest, let's hope that I don't land on something. In fact, we've almost VTOL'd this. 2,000 will do the trick on the chute. It's all good. No, it's plenty fine. Plenty fine. Plenty fine. Slow her down, slow her down. Slow, 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 slow. Slow, slow. Thank you. Good. Right. Well, happy landings. Mistakes were made, but lessons will be learned. We just need to adjust. I even went through a safety check on that one, and it was for naught. Goes to show that you can never be entirely certain that you aren't still a complete Burke when it comes to this stuff. Right, come on, get it down. We haven't got all day. There we go. Landed pretty much right next door to where we took off. Crew hatch. Let's go for an EVA. Ta-da! Let go. Yeah, I found myself on the strange new planet. It was amazing. The gravity felt quite normal. I'm not entirely sure where Katniss is from. But somehow I managed to get my large helmet out of the door. Grab or climb, your choice. And board. Good. Right, there we go. Did I get some science for that? You never know. Recover the vessel. Okay, so that was a vibrant and interesting test run there. The vibrant part, I suspect rather strongly, was down to those little boosters did nothing. I think that maybe doing them in parallel isn't the way to go. Well, you have to go in parallel in order to get off the ground in the first place. We don't want to use the thumper. I mean, it's a good one, but honestly, I'm quite pleased with this configuration. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use the thumper. Right, we might need a bit of a tweak to what we've got going on here. Stick me symmetry on. Thank you. Try and get the symmetry lined up correctly. Is that correctly? Could be. Right, and then give me another decoupler. Yeah, whack it on there. And then we'll stick one thumper below that. Now, we might have just a very minor stability issue with this, given that we're a smidge top-heavy. Just a smidge, mind you. It should be fine. We'll put some winglets on the bottom, and that will undoubtedly make everything absolutely fine again. There you go. Stick that on there. Yeah, we're going to be spinning like a fool. Right, now let's double check this thing. Rocket, yes. Separate, yes. Rockets, yes. Separate, right. Hold on. No, wait. Thank you. Where are we? Separate, yes. Rockets, yes. You need to be in a separate group. Right. Okay, fine. You into there. And I could have done that on the fly, but I did it wrong. So hopefully this will get us to 90,000 odd, and then we can fire these two little sausages on the side. The Hollywood Experimental X. There we go. We're going to use Microsoft's naming convention. Save Launchpad. Oh, I hope Katniss is on board. Otherwise, this is going to be a scrubbed mission. We've got to get the right pilot, or it all goes to pot. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Look at the stability of this. It's just wrong. All right, turn that on. Okay, good. We have got Katniss. No, yes, Katniss is on board. Right. Blast off. 5, 4. Off we go. All right. Well, it's straight and up, which is a fine place to start. Let's open the checklist. Here we go. Right, note. There you go. It's perform the test. Activate the part through the staging sequence, whatever, when all the test conditions are met. Right, well, we've already got more surface speed than we did last time with those two fleas, so that's something, I suppose. We managed 5,000 and change in terms of altitude. And I think we will probably manage a little more than that this time. In fact, we already have managed a little more than that. Anyway, boosters out. We'll give it a second just to ease off. Go away. Oh, okay. Maybe next time just have those as a separate kind of session there. Just a thought. You never know. Right, those are done. Get lost. Right, now we're doing 800. Throttle. I mean, is it activate for the first time? I don't really understand. We've got a long way to go still, and we are losing velocity. All right, light them up. Right, keep me moving forwards, please. That's it. Get the pace up. Now we've got a reasonable chunk of fuel. Easily, I would assume enough to get us a bit higher up. I'm gonna give us a jaunty angle so we don't just land on the landing pad again, because that'll be nice. And hopefully suborbital trajectory. We're kind of on that. The engines are already activated. Is that a bad thing? See, activate the part when all test conditions are met. Now, it doesn't say that's the first time you must activate the part, does it? But it might infer that that's when you should do it. Honestly, you people you're always quick to give me pointers on, oh, check your centre of gravity and this and that and the other thing. But not once do you just kind of go, no, what it means is you've got to fire it for the first time once you've achieved all of the other test objective items. Now, I'm pretty sure we've got velocity enough to get to our test altitude here, and then we'll fire off the rest of the beans. See, look, so we've now got a suborbital trajectory, which is good. We've still got plenty of speed going. We're at 90,000. Fire the rockets. There we go. I fired them. Now, you lot stay green. Okay, it's as simple as that. I have done that which you have bade me. Yeah. No, see, look, we're now outside that. So it obviously is fire it for the first time once you get into that range. Right, throw them away. Yep. No, I'm sick of you. Yeah, nothing but a blight on what was a very successful, if somewhat shorter than we've accomplished before, flight. Right, now, normally I bail out after 2 flights in an episode. Not today, however. Today we will do another one. That said, yeah, well, we're in a decaying orbit, but we are in an orbit. Let's have a look at maneuver mode. No, let's look at map mode. Right, where am I? There you go. We've gone quite a long way, comparatively. Picking up a bit of speed, but I've got no control left, so I can't do anything with it. Oh, maybe that's how I'll be able to achieve an orbital flight at some point, is wait until we've burnt off a little bit of speed and then use what fuel I've got left to stretch my angle out. Whatever. Right, get me back on board, please. Thank you. Toggle them out. That's good. Give me height above ground level, because look at this. No, 55,000, 54, 53, 51, 50, 50. And you're going to go, oh, is that so? Yes. I mean, you're allowed to make the mistake once, and I have done. But we won't be making it again. Right, a little bit of flambe on the outside of the pressure cooker there, and we've got the heading right. I would assume there's some heat shields on that. Can't be certain one way or the other about that. Anyway, we're coming on in. This is all lovely. We will slow down to 1 times when we get to 4,000. Just double checked visually there to ensure that we were above ground level and not above sea. That's important, you know. And then rocket. Good. Right, park that. And we'll put another one together and have another go. We need a little bit more oomph. You might want to slow down. Just a thought. We need a little bit more oomph in order to make this work. So, how are you going to do that? Or we have an additional stage that we don't use We don't touch them. We don't go anywhere near them until we're in position. All right, I've got an idea. Well, it is another successful flight, but it's another successful flight where they're not going to give us anything for it. So, right, this time it's going to work. I want this contract shot so we can focus on something more interesting, like another contract. Right, you lot, you're a lot of fun. I've enjoyed having you around, but ultimately, no, you're not here. Now, we only need the barest of fuel tanks for this, so let's stick that there. Move you over here. Get these out of my sight. Get this gone. Right, we don't want to be... How much does that weigh? 1.1 ton. This weighs half a ton. This is half as much weight. Very good, Mr. Bond. And then you, we're going to fling you on there. Is it that I'm using 2 engines? Alright, well, it doesn't matter. Let's only take 1, and that makes us lighter still. And frankly, I don't care if it spins us round in a circle. So, that's all good. No, 1, not 8. There you go. Yeah. Sir, I'm not entirely sure that this is entirely symmetrical. It's not. We're going with a novel design. So you just shut up and strap in. What's going on here? I see, that's that. Okay, right, now give me a decoupler. And find my nose cone again. Put the decoupler on there. Hope it doesn't rip the engine off. And then this chap here, we're going to stick that on the bottom. Yes. And then what? Hope that the thumper with less weight being hauled can get us to where we need to be. Yes and no. Oh, what are you thinking? Well, I'm thinking that that we invest everything. So, you see, it's 1.5 tons that you're not having to kick out. The hammers are 3.5. Yeah, let's hammer time. Yeah, no. What do we want? 4. When do we want them? Now. Right. Now, try and put these in a way that they're not going to burn the fins off the bottom. There you go. Good. Extra stability. Excellent. You might get a little bit crisped by the thumper exhaust in your current position. Shall we zoom in and maybe try and deal with that? I would if I could find out what the zoom in button was. Alright, there isn't one. Okay, so you're just going to try and eyeball it, aren't you? Yes, I am. Right, okay, and about there. About there? About there. Cool. Okay, well that's groovy. Yeah, so the big challenge here, so we go, look, we fire them, we fire that. We're going to fire them all at the same time. Darn tootin'. And then we throw them all away. And then when we're ready, we fire that. And what we're not going to do is fire it until either we're dropping back down again, in which case we will scrub the mission, or we've reached our destination altitude. Yes, you can be as dubious as you wish. I don't mind in the slightest. Right, this is the Hollywood Experimental XX. Of course it is. Save. Right. Launch that thing. Hold on. Check the pilot. Pilot? Hello. Oh, Tanrod. Tanrod? I thought you were dead. Okay, well, this isn't the mission for you. Katniss has been flying this, and therefore that she gets the, he, she, whoever gets the honours of piloting the Hollywood Experimental XX, because why? Oh my giddy aunt! Right, yeah, this is safe. Turn all the gizmos on. There you are. Blast off in 5. Let's go. Right, it's got a bit of a tilt to it, doesn't it? But the big old thrust of the big old engines that we've got there is more than enough to keep us on the straight and narrow. Hopefully they won't run out of fuel until we're at least into thinner atmosphere. Now then, 700, 800, this is good. We are getting very good velocity out of this. We might blow up. Just a thing. Just a thought there. Right, those 4 done. The big lad's still thumping us up here. We are going at a whacking great speed. This is going to do the trick. Yeah, we are in trouble when it comes to velocity at the moment. We've gone far too fast. Right, get rid of everything. Now, keep going up. I think we've got the velocity to get there, you know. I think we have. Right, now then. I'm not going to touch nothing. I'm going to wait until we're at 90,000. Flipping heck, that was dangerous. Are we on a suborbital trajectory? Yeah, sure. Okay, well, what if we angle ourselves a smidge more? Yeah, there we go. We've got it. We've got the suborbital trajectory. That's good. And then we'll angle ourselves like that. Right. Double checking that we're not going to eject the booster with the first move. Throttle is currently down. We're in position. Yeah, that's not an effect I had expected. We've done it. We have done it. It was let rip the thing for the first time. Once we're stable, turn that back off. See if it calms down again. Because yeah. Evenness of thrust, I think, might be quite important. Have we got any control here? I'm going to go with no. Right, turn it back on then. Oh, no, we haven't turned it back on. We just got rid of it. Oh, well, that's calmed it down. That's good. Here's a wacky notion, though. We are actually going quite fast. Had I been able to salvage that, we would now actually be in a pretty good shape to put out an orbit. Let's have a look. Toggle the map. Right, where are we? Yeah, because I had plenty of fuel to play with. We've got quite a long way to go. We're going to splash this one, but from the looks of it, that all looks like it's signed off, which is great. Let's go 10 times time and see where that takes us. There you go. We're going quite a long way. So what I should do is wait until you hit your apoapsis here, and then thrust it one time until you get your circle completion. That's what you should do. It's not what you're doing, though, is it? No, we're going to crash into the ocean. Hopefully someone will pick us up. Could happen. We just don't know, do we? No, we're going to have to wait and see. As a team, collectively, we're going to find out. You had enough of the map yet? What about 10 times speed? Look, we're on 2 times now. That's far more civilized. We're going very fast again. Yeah, toggle the map. How burning are we? Not as burning as we were on the way up. Although, you know, there's already quite a lot of damage being done. Right, as flipping Nora, we are going at a whacking great speed. But that's calmed down as well. So that's good. Do not take away from me the success of that contract. I don't want to do it anymore. Firing the little engine was incredibly dramatic, but I don't. Oh, hang on, concentrate. I had to check that I'd actually rigged the parachute up as well. And I went like, yeah, I assume I've got that hooked up correctly, but the first time I actually checked for that was just then. Good. Never learn, never change. Everything's fine. Also, yeah, just while you're landing in water, because that's height above sea level, this could so very easily have gone very wrong. Anyway, there we are. Another happy landing coming right up. I've been Kernal Failure. We have tested the Mark 55 Thud liquid fuel engine on a suborbital trajectory above Kerbin. I know. I wouldn't have thought it possible either, but somehow we've done it. I'll catch up with you very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and remember that this series only exists because you support it, and therefore you're a flippin' marvel. Rather like myself. There you go, we'll zoom right in. Very tempting to go for an EVA right now. Very tempting. Very, very tempting. But I don't have that many pilots. Catch up with you soon. Cheerio.